Because if an algorithm is going to decide whether your child gets taken, you have the right to know how it's making that decision. This isn't anti-technology. This is pro-accountability. Visit link to see the full algorithmic transparency framework and how to demand it in your state. About 10. The 6 pillars of dignity. Antonio's laws is one piece of a larger blueprint we call the 6 pillars, a framework for systemic dignity. Pillar 1, technology and AI. Public infrastructure, transparent algorithms, and automation that serves people, not profit. Pillar 2, climate justice. Because the families hit hardest by child welfare failures are the same ones hit hardest by climate disasters. Pillar 3, education. Competency-based learning that prepares children for a world the factory model never imagined. Pillar 4, mental health. Universal coverage, decriminalization, and peer support networks that replace incarceration. Pillar 5, economic inequality. Progressive taxation, union power, and universal basic services that rebuild the floor. Pillar 6, future of work. Automation dividends, portable benefits, and a public jobs guarantee so dignity isn't tied to a paycheck. Each pillar supports the others. You can't fix child welfare without addressing poverty. You can't address poverty without fixing inequality. You can't fix inequality without economic justice. This is the architecture of dignity, and Antonio's law is the blueprint we're using to prove systemic change is possible. Follow this series to see how we build it, pillar by pillar, policy by policy. Because grief without infrastructure is just noise. We're building the alternative. Enough. Video 11, how to fund systemic change. Let's talk about money. Building the baseline ignition engine, the automated monitoring system that powers Antonio's law, cost about $50,000 for the initial development. Deploying it in one state costs another $20,000 to $30,000. That's it? For less than 1 year's salary of a single mid-level administrator, you can build accountability infrastructure that saves lives. Here's how we're funding it. Grants from open society foundations that prioritize transparency. Tech for good funding from foundations like Knight and Mozilla. State appropriations as part of legislative adoption. And here's the beautiful part. Once it's built, the code is open source. Every state, after the first one, gets it for free. They just pay for deployment and customization. This is how you scale systemic change on a nonprofit budget. You build once, deploy everywhere. If you're a funder watching this, we have fiscal impact statements, implementation timelines, and measurable outcomes. We're not asking for charity. We're offering leverage. $50,000 to build a prototype. Millions of dollars in saved litigation costs, prevented foster placements, and lives not lost.